Kent to Colby for stopping by.
You know what's not back from the break is your beard. What happened with that? Wow.
Well,
yeah, court maybe? I don't know.
You watch Chop, right? It looks fun. You're doing this stuff. We can make meals, right? Yeah. So I got some chicken on the pan there. We're frying it. I take the alcohol and I'm like, I got tequila, and you bam, and
wow, it blew your beard off.
Yeah, it's
amazingly no burns or anything.
No,
that's clean.
It's been a couple days.
I want to know who your doctor is.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best sports show in the world. I'm a moose. We got a doctor, and all rise. Here come the judge. Here come the judge. Judge Muggsy, handsome fella he is too. What's going on in Northeast Pennsylvania, NEPA, as the locals say?
You know what starts this week?
Growing a beard again.
The road to Hershey.
Oh.
Basketball and wrestling, the road starts again towards Hershey Park, Pennsylvania. Districts begin, in basketball, they begin tomorrow night. In certain spots Wednesday and a couple others, and then throughout the rest of the week. And then wrestling also starts this weekend with district wrestling. We'll touch on this real quick here.
If you smell!
Still champion, The Rock.
With the moose is cooking. Anyway, we'll start brief rundown of the brackets here in basketball. We'll start boys quad A. Probably the 6 teams for 1 spot, because there's only 1 spot for the state playoffs this year. And the big surprise is Scranton Stubble at the end of the year. They go from what probably would have been a 3 or a 4 seed all the way down to a 6. They've had some injuries, some people ineligible because of academics, I think. But they will have to play Lackawanna Division II champion Delaware Valley on Wednesday at North Pocono High School.
Those teams can't get enough of important games.
No, they cannot.
Football, basketball, curling. The curling teams are going at it next week. Go ahead.
Curling, out of order.
Go ahead.
Anyway, like I said, Wednesday night that game's going. Also Wednesday night, Wyoming Valley West and Wallen-Paul Pack in a 4-5 game. And the winner of that will get the grand prize of the number 1 seed Williamsport, which is 19-2, and I don't think
millionaires, huh?
Yeah, I don't think anything's stopping them from winning this sub-regional, unless they beat themselves.
Yeah.
Anyway, the key you have to remember here is that if Williamsport does win the sub-regional, they'll go to the state tournament, but then the 2 teams that Williamsport beat will then go play 1 game for the district title with nothing after that. That's I call that the Scranton.
That's where it gets murky.
We call that the Scranton rule after what happened last year. Girls quad A, we only have 5 teams because Williamsport withdrew. It's an open tournament. You could withdraw if you want. Williamsport decided to withdraw, so we have just the 5 teams. Wallen-Paul Pack is the Division II champion of the Lackawanna League. They are the number 1 seed. They will play either like a Delaware Valley or Scranton. That game will be the first game at North Pocono High School on Wednesday night, 6 p.m., and the boys at 7:30. And the 2-3 matchup is Wyoming Valley West against Hazelton area. Valley West won both regular season matchups between them, so we'll see how that shakes down. Go to single A. We'll get to double A, triple A in a minute. Single A, boys, the 4 teams, but really it's a 2-team chase. It's Susquehanna the number 1 seed, Old Forge the number 2, based on league records. Old Forge played a much tougher schedule, which is why they ended up as the 2, a lot more league losses. But Old Forge, when it comes to it, they've beat Susquehanna twice this season, 62-48 and 62-59. Our good old friend Brian Tomasetti was the big guy in this game, in both these games.
Your Nittany Lion right there.
Yeah, 27 points in the first game and then 20 in the second. And the second game they got a buzzer beater from David Cromney to break the 59-59 tie right at the buzzer to win the game.
Boosh!
But and Old Forge will be looking for some payback. They lost the district final to Susquehanna last year, 53-45. So we'll see how that goes.
Revenge.
single A, it's just one championship game. Because the other two teams, Susquehanna and Freeland MMI, they withdrew. So it's the 23-0 Old Forge Lady Blue Devils against the Forest City Lady Foresters. That game will be February 26th at Valley View High School. And Old Forge, they just keep rolling along. Lauren Carey, the hot hand for the Lady Blue Devils, they won a pretty defensive struggle last year, 29-14 over Forest City in the district final. Hoping for a little more points this time.
More action.
Couple dunks.
Yeah.
Couple thumbs, couple alley-oops.
Alley-oop.
And quick, I'm just going to briefly go down AAA and AA here. Boys AAA, looking at the bracket, it would be very surprising for me if it doesn't end up chalk in the semifinals where it's 1-4 versus 3-2. I think you have the consensus 4 teams. Abington Heights the 1, Wilkes-Barre JR the 2, Crestwood the 3, Scranton Prep the number 4. If they all don't make the semifinals, then I'll be really surprised. And there could be a couple upsets here and there.
Dye your hair blonde if they don't?
No, I don't make those kind of bets.
I'd like to see that.
Can't ruin that beauty, you know?
Yeah.
Make it better looking, if that's possible.
I mean, looking at it, like there could be some first round upsets, like a West Scranton upsetting a Lake Lehman, or
I can see it. West Side!
or like a North Pocono upsetting a Holy Redeemer, just seed wise because of the schedule of it. But other than that, I think it's going to be pretty much chalk. Abington Heights, who's going to stop them with the big show?
Who gonna stop me? Who gonna stop me, huh?
Show, huh? Well.
Well, it's the big show! Just
You're
like
waiting
you
for
on
that,
that
Bucks.
song.
Hey, girls AAA, this one got a little interesting over the weekend. Scranton Prep is the number 1 seed with a 22-1 record. However, in a game that meant absolutely nothing to them. No, there was a big school Lackawanna League championship game between Scranton Prep and Walnut Paul Pack. Scranton Prep wins the game 37-35, yet they lose Jess Genko, which is really like they're not their superstar, but they're like the second main player on the team, and it's a game that meant nothing.
I think you're the superstar. I do.
Yeah, it was a game that meant nothing.
Very important player.
Yeah, yeah, and obviously Coach Machaco would obviously go running quickly with, why do we even have to play this game?
Yeah.
I mean, there was no seeding involved, and they didn't get really a good fair shake in the bracket here, because they get Valley View round 1, but then they could get West Scranton in the second round.
You know, you're going to West Scranton, they got a tough fan base there.
Oh yeah.
And West Scranton is they've held their own against some of the good teams, and they've beaten some of the good teams this year. They're not your average 9 seed.
Yeah.
If they can get by Lake Lehman in the first round.
I think their coach he put it best as they're not a team you want to play.
No,
in the playoffs.
they're one of those teams
No.
you just don't want to have to play.
You definitely don't want to go face those goons there sitting in the stands. I'm looking
And,
at them right now.
And another interesting thing.
Come here, hold on, come here.
We get a shot of that
Here,
hair.
let's get a shot of this head right here. Look at the
Look at
camera
that
right
camera.
there. Take a look. This is the big
See
Z-man right here.
Buddy.
You see this guy right here?
Run.
You better run. That's right. Thanks for stopping by, kid. Say hi to your mom.
All right.
Don't say hi to your dad. He's weird.
Anyway, getting back on point here. The bottom half of this bracket could be also very interesting. You have Honesdale, the defending champion in the district, 19-3, but because their 3 losses were in the league, they're all the way as a 6. Their second round matchup would be against Dallas, the team they beat last year for the district final, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a very intriguing game right there. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Honesdale, like I said, as a 6. Very dangerous with their record.
Instead of sitting around the house all day, doing nothing, get outside, get some exercise, and have a wonderful day.
And go quickly here to AA. This is another one where I think it's the consensus that we should probably already be booking this matchup. Wilkes-Barre Myers versus Holy Cross
Holy Cross!
for the championship. Although we do have to give a do have to give a little quick shout out to Mid Valley. They made it very interesting for Holy Cross last November.
Holy Cross!
Mid Valley got a double overtime win over Holy Cross. Stop! Don't do that. A double overtime to win the second half title, which facilitated a one game for the all season, which when Josh Cozen became the player that we all expect him to be. Big double-double, a 41-35 win for Holy Cross to win the district and win the number 2 seed, because that was important. If Mid Valley had won that game, then Holy Cross would have been the 4 and would have been playing Myers in a possible semifinal game. And as it is, the bracket, it's AA. It's very loaded. I mean, even the 3-14, Elk Lake won Division 4 in the Lackawanna League, but they're playing a team in Lakeland that has pretty much the same couple of the kids back from the division champions last year that Elk Lake played in. And Lakeland has played a lot of good teams twice. They played Riverside twice, Holy Cross, and so on and so on. Would not surprise me if Lakeland beats Elk Lake in a 3-14 game.
Would you dye your hair blonde if they lose?
They've been covered, you don't do that, huh?
That's twice. Twice, Moose. Third one, I'm putting you in contempt.
Oh.
Make me call Foxy.
The Moose has yet to be in contempt.
And also, quickly in girls AA, it's a pretty wide open. There's no clear-cut favor here. Montrose, based on being the only division champion among the group, is the number 1 seed, but the quality is big here in this bracket. I could look at this bracket and anybody can win. I could see Holy Cross winning this bracket. I could see Dunmore winning this bracket.
Dunmore.
I mean, you could even say like a Wilkes-Barre GAR, which is the number 2 seed. I don't know much about them, but it's just going to be one of those things. You don't know who it's going to win until you get through these games. So I mean, that's
unless you have a DeLorean, then you can find out.
Yeah, and of course, AAA and AA, we send 3 teams to the States. Quad A and Single A, we only send our champion, because we don't have that many teams. So that's it for basketball. We're also starting the road to Hershey as far as wrestling. Also, I want to get a quick thing in here. A couple weeks ago, we had the team state duels. Delaware Valley, second straight year, they placed in the top 8 in AAA. And sure enough, they went to the Lackawanna League Championships over the weekend. They placed 8 champions. 14 weight classes, 8 champions. And 13 out of their 14 wrestlers made it either to the championship bout or to the 3rd place bout. So they pretty much just ran away with the championship. And just a quick rundown of the champions. Richie Kostler at 106 pounds. Greg Pascal from Abington Heights at 113 pounds. Chase Gallett, Wallenpaupack, 120. Evan Kennedy from Honesdale, 126.
Mr. Kennedy!
The Kennedys, yep. 130.
Kennedy!
Happy President's Day.
Contempt!
By the way.
Contempt!
Oh, happy President's Day.
Kennedy, but you kept saying Kennedy.
We gotta do the second Kennedy.
Okay, all right, I'll forgive you for that.
132.
132 was Jalen Palmer. He was probably the most dominant, as you might expect, considering his legacy up there. He won a couple of his bouts by technical falls, which is the best you can do in wrestling. I think it was like the final he had with Zach Edwards of Blue Ridge. I was watching it. Takedown after takedown after takedown. He was in the zone.
He was a beast.
Yeah.
In the semifinals, he made Kurt Angle tap out.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff.
Yeah. 138 pounds, Frank Kazora from Delaware Valley. 145 pounds from Abington Heights, we had Matt Carr. Carpool.
Here in my car.
152 pounds was Colin Irwin from Delaware Valley. 160 pounds of Lucas Markowitz from Delaware Valley, the good wide receiver they had on their football team. Zach Smith of Honesdale was the champion, 170 pounds. Martin Strink, he was the big fullback for Delaware Valley. He wanted 182 pounds. Matt Wagner, Delaware Valley, 195 pounds. Jack Fagan, he was the center for Delaware Valley's football team. He was at 220 pounds. And Cameron Van Wert from West Scranton, 285-pound
Big
champion.
boy.
What's
He's
up?
the heavyweight champion, right?
Last match,
Rock's the heavyweight champion.
the last match work, he was wrestling Jacob Rowe. The last 10 seconds in a 1-1 tie, got the takedown to win the match.
Good.
Finally.
And I was talking to him afterwards. He said, this kid outweighed him by probably about 30 pounds.
And he took him down?
Yes.
Gangsta.
Yes, he is.
Gangsta.
Anyway, they go AAA. Their districts are at Hazleton area this weekend. The top 4 will then go to Bethlehem Liberty for the following week for regionals. And then AA goes to Lake Lehman. Top 3 there go to the regionals at Williamsport. And then the regionals, if you're in the top 3, you go to Hershey. And a quick thing here, swimming. We keep talking about Mia Nonnenberg. She keeps setting records. What else can you say about her?
All she does is set records.
And at the Lackawanna Swimming Championships a couple weeks ago, just what she always does. A meet record in the 100 freestyle and a pool record at Scranton High School. And she doesn't even swim. That's not even her home. She just keeps setting records wherever she goes.
She's a
No
fish.
matter what kind of water.
She's a fish.
And a couple other shout outs here. Nico Lastikas, a Scranton Prep freshman on the boys. 200 meter freestyle champion.
Nico.
Yeah, Nico. And also from Wallenpaupack, a 2-time champion at the championships was Eric Usbeck from Wallenpaupack. And diving, we had some diving here too. Boys from Delaware Valley, 2nd place. William, my name is not Wes Welker. He was 2nd place. From 3rd place was Wesley Myers from Scranton. And
Michael Myers is good. Dangerous dude.
on the girls, the champion in the diving was Christiana Brush from Delaware Valley. 2nd place, Annie Grumleski from Abington Heights. 3rd place was Kyla Pasek from Scranton. And they will be going district diving is this weekend at the Wilkes-Barre CYC. And the following week is the district swimming, also at the Wilkes-Barre CYC. And we also have a couple shout-outs here. I have to give one to Joe McCarthy from Scranton. He was at Scranton, now he's playing for University of Virginia baseball.
Woo!
Hit the ground running, 4 for 7 in his first 2 games.
Awesome.
Playing right field, batting 5th in that lineup.
Put me in, coach.
4 RBIs, and Doctor, I think you got something real
Yeah,
quick?
and actually, speaking of college baseball, Lackawanna College, they had a kid go to Pitt a couple years ago.
Pitt.
Pitt over there. Sam Parenti, he's been named the captain of their baseball team. They had a pretty good opening series. I think he went like 7 for 14, 4 ribbies himself.
You know who else went to Pitt? My best friend, Hubie Graham.
Hubie Graham.
What up,
Good
Hugh?
boy. He's getting ready. He's probably training for the NFL now. Trying to
Yes,
get some teams
they're all
like
getting
that.
ready. They're all getting ready.
Yeah,
I
Matt-
got some inside information. I can't tell you though.
Oh,
I don't want to get held out of
it's
the
a
loop.
big secret. Big secret. Anything else there, Doctor?
Lackawanna's basketball team, they clinched the playoff berth.
Yeah, I
men's
heard
basketball
they had a
team.
very interesting season.
They had an up and down season. They finished 9-7, I believe, in their conference, and they clinched a home game. The seeding is done Wednesday. Unofficially, right now, they're going to play the team they beat to get the home game. They're going to play them again next Tuesday. Del Tech, Stanton.
And also, one more quick thing while we're on the college basketball. Penn State Scranton, they won their division championships recently for Coach Fazzi, another West Sider.
Another West Sider, man.
Yeah.
And interesting enough, Fozzie and Lackawanna's coach, Raru Archer, they were roommates a few years ago before Raru got married and brought his wife here from Texas. So, you know, it would be great to see them play, but obviously not the same
It is.
league or division.
I have an aunt to read Fozzie, and it is relations. Very cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, that's it.
The gavel's been banged. We're going to take a small little break here and come back and give a cheeky little update on how horrible the NBA All-Star break was.
Really bad.
Down and out? Having a bad day? Go to MattyVision.com, where smiles are not only guaranteed, they're also free. So go around and explore, have some fun, learn something, and who knows, you might even make a friend. MattyVision.com, We dream big. Back from the break. Wow, it felt like an hour or 5 minutes. I get you every time with that. Ladies and gentlemen, I got a doctor. Gonna take you all around the professional sports world in under 17 and a half minutes. We hope.
We'll wrap it up a little.
Pepsi enough cheeky sponsors there. I'm trying to cover it.
I'm covering the logo
Pepsi ain't
right
paying
there.
us. Neither is Green Mountain Coffee.
Or Gatorade.
Gatorade's paying us.
Anyway.
But All-Star Weekend just wrapped up yesterday.
But I think, first of all, we do have to, Jerry Buss passed away today, so I think we need to...
Legendary owner of the Los Angeles Lakers. He passed away. It was great for the game. And we'll be talking a little NBA today, especially the Lakers. Can they make a comeback?
Who knows?
Yeah. The Lakers, I think they're currently 4 games under 500, 3.5. After they put together that Hall of Fame team with your boy Steve Nash and
Dwight Howard.
Hey, Dwight Howard makes Shaq look like a great free throw artist, doesn't he? Shaq hit the friggin' rim.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as I said, the All-Star Weekend wrapped up. Should they get rid of the dunk contest? Because that was pretty brutal watching that the other night.
The dunk contest.
Or should they make players, the right players?
Who knows? You know? There was a lot of talk on Twitter and on all the sports sites to get LeBron to try to dunk it.
First of all, let's get some stars in there.
Yeah.
Because if you would have, it's like Michael Jordan never being in it.
No,
Dominique Wilkins never being in it.
Well, those guys wanted to be in
If
it.
you're not a
It's huge
diehard
stage.
NBA enthusiast, you didn't know a lot of the competitors in the whole weekend.
Yeah.
You know? So, number 2, if you miss a dunk, don't do it 17 more times till you make it.
Yeah, that drives me nuts.
Yeah.
And it kind of takes, even if you do make it, it takes you a minute and a half to make it, and you're still getting 50s, straight 50s.
And the technique is horrible.
Yeah.
Number 3, when we're all little, we drop the rim down to 8 feet and we practice dunk contests. They look like half of them didn't know what they were doing. Oh, let's see. I don't want to. There was no prep.
Did you notice on was it Friday or Saturday? It was the beginning of Saturday when they had the little team challenge where they all hit the shots. I forget what the name.
Skills challenge.
Yeah, before it. Muggsy Bogues, the original Muggsy, was there.
He's the original.
His namesake, the namesake given to Muggsy.
Is he still that short? Still?
He is shorter than I remember. He really is. Making a 3 look like a little kid, like putting all of his weight into it, trying to shoot a 3.
I remember him from. I still remember him in Space Jam. Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm just no little short guy.
I mean, as far as all All-Star games go, the NBA probably still does have the most entertaining weekend. You know, football no one watches. Baseball, it has its little niche following, but
dang,
it does.
You said niche. I don't like that.
Niche following.
My favorite part of the weekend was seeing all the highlights from the greatest athlete that ever set foot on this earth. Happy birthday, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, 50.
That was
a big 50. Can you believe he's 50?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess who else is 50 this week?
Not me.
Sir Chuck.
Charles, man. I didn't know they were that close in age.
Yeah, it's this.
Chuck seems a lot less
17th.
mature.
Yeah. I think later this week. I think Thursday or something.
And listening to him and Shaquille, that was another thing that made the dunk contest.
Yeah.
Watchable. They're funny.
Yeah.
They're cursing at one another on
Well,
live TV.
the whole rivalry went back even to the rookie game on Friday. I think they were both the GMs for their respective teams.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd just see them. That'd be a good charity event, getting those two in a one-on-one match. That'd be good. Oh, I'm sure you will now.
Shaq's the
man.
What's the handicap?
What's the handicap? I don't know. No foul shooting. But yeah,
now you're on fouls. Yeah.
And NBA gets back at it. Looks like.
I think the key question is, can anybody beat the Heat?
No.
That's the only question is.
No,
one thing I like
level.
in San Antonio currently about 5 games or 6 games ahead of Miami record-wise.
But still, the way Miami's playing the way LeBron's playing, I never thought I'd
playing out of the world. He is playing.
He didn't even hit his stride yet either, man.
And he does validate the comparison versus Jordan.
You know what is
He's
great
not
about him?
there.
He developed the all-around game. He's assisting. He's not selfish. He's
Great passer.
But when he needs to step up, he's putting it through.
Right now he is, you know.
Yeah.
He's definitely stepping up. Is the trade deadline done?
No, because
Still going.
no, I think they got a couple more weeks.
It'd be interesting to see what happens with Dwight Howard.
Yeah, or even I've been hearing some thoughts the Celtics might be trying to part with Kevin Garnett, maybe to the Clippers.
Isn't Kevin Garnett 50 now too?
He's still very serviceable, but
But Ron, I mean, who knows with the Celtics? I mean, they were already down without Ray Allen. He went to the Heat. Now Rondo, even though the Celtics have been playing well without him, you wonder in a playoff setting.
playoff game, and that's gonna be how the East matches up. Right now, it's gonna look totally different in a month. There's so many teams that are 3 games apart. There's
Yeah.
like 5 in the middle there. Looks like Milwaukee or Boston or Philly will take
Well,
on
your Sixers can't. What the heck?
my Sixers.
You're
I stopped playing with them this year. That's mine. But you know, they have a lot of talent. They just
and if the Sixers,
one thing they can't
if the
play on the
Sixers
road.
start winning 10 games in a row, you're gonna
I will.
reclaim them.
I still watch most of their games. They're young. They can't play on the road yet. Bynum's hurt. Thaddeus Young's been banged up all year. Drew Holiday's a great player, though.
Yeah.
And he's fun to watch. But we'll see. I think they can make a run at it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm actually going to the game this Saturday when they play the Heat. Maybe a possible first-round matchup, playoff matchup. We'll see.
What else?
Yeah, OKC, they're kind of under the radar. They're not getting what they, as defending Western champions, usually get. Not that much talk about them. Durant's still doing his thing over there. San Antonio is the best team in the league record-wise. And what do you think of what they're doing this year? How they're resting players? I think that's the smart thing to do. They have the best
It's a
record.
smart thing to do, but
No.
But when the game that they rest players, it was a game when they went to Miami.
Maybe they don't want to show their hand in case they play.
Everybody knows everybody. It's not the National Football League. You play the National Basketball Association. You play everybody at least twice every year in a full season.
But if you could keep Ginobili,
No. And let's
Ginobili,
go back full circle to
Melvin.
Jordan. One of the comments you heard was, when you paid a ticket to see when the Bulls came to
I
town, wherever
agree
you
with
were,
that, yeah.
Jordan was there every game.
Yes, he was.
One of the most disappointing things is when I went to see the Magic, when I was loving the Magic play at the Sixers, and Shaq and Penny Hardaway were on the bench.
Really?
Killed me. I mean, it was great seeing Dennis Scott and Nick Anderson, Horace
But
Grant up in that.
you don't want to see Shaq in that 39 large suit.
My point is, if you as a fan you're paying money,
That's a
good
good
money
point.
to go see these games, and they're resting players, I'm not going to the next game.
and that's why there was talk that the NBA might fine them for not playing. But you can't really do
Playing
that.
legitimately.
Yeah, for not playing healthy players, But I don't know. That'd probably amount to a lot of legal action because guess what? The 12th man on your team is hardly going to play. How come?
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like the NBA doesn't need it right now. They could do it, but the last thing they need is a big snap because after last year with their own lockout.
So no one challenges Miami in the East, no?
Not the way I see it now.
Fun team to watch.
Knicks are falling.
Yeah, I agree. But fun team to watch is Indiana. They've been a fun team. I've enjoyed watching all year. Are they going to make any noise in the playoffs?
They certainly have the chops to do it.
As long as
They got
Reggie
that-
Miller stays healthy.
That George Hill and two Georges, Paul George and George Hill. They're a good tandem together. And also Hibbert's a good center. But we'll see. Check back next episode. Because things will change seating-wise.
Oh yeah. What else is new? How about
Spring training
we
underway.
don't need to talk about spring training.
We're making it that next time.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah,
because
because
they're
the
on
only
the way.
reason why they're starting now is because of the World Baseball Classic in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that'll be, we'll cover that too.
No, we won't.
I will.
You will, but I won't.
That's it?
I can't hold him in contempt. So I'm done.
You're done?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for staying tuned. All 68 of you now went from 17 to 68. Let's try to make it 100 next time. Share with your friends. You got a kid on a team, you're on a team, share it to that kid so they can see us talking about it. Because we are the game in the local sports area.
Beard or no beard?
Beard or no beard, no local sports show covers sports like we do.
Beard or no beard?
Coming up after the break, Danny DeVito. Nice book.
There he is right there. Hi, Danny.
Hey, what's up, Danny? We gotta go. Happy Monday.
I was doing that because he's short.